There's a way to kill yourself in each scene or each screen area. Is your way to kill ourselves inside our flat? Maybe we can even get into like a get run over by a by a handsome cat. Can you look at the horse? Poor thing, she looks as if she'll fall over. And oh yes, the horse is gonna fall over. Maybe we can be underneath it when it falls. Kilo. Oh, nice. Yes, let's look under the horse. The old eyes blink balefully once before turning away. Perhaps she wishes to be left alone. Pet the horse. Aw. Push the horse so it falls on us. Alright, she's not gonna do it. Yeah, it's probably for the best. Lie under the horse. Damn it. Can we whip the horse so that it runs over us or something? Driver. Kill me. Reginald has better things to do. Damn it. What better things could you have to be doing, Reginald? Alright, driver, if you're not going to do it, I'll do it myself. How precisely? Oh. Really? You want to ask me how? I guess I could hit myself in the head with a flanged brass rod. Hit me with a brass rod. Damn. Hold breath. No such thing can be seen. Damn it. Stop breathing. Bradley. Really? They're really asking us how we want to die? We already died with the, We could probably jump outside the flat. Oh yeah, is there like a roof we could jump off of? I guess we could jump off the platform too. Why not? Jump off platform. No such thing can be seen. This parser. Die, quit, leave, done. Oh wow. No. Huh. So die is just the same thing as quit? That's funny. Lakon India November Foxtrot Heavy. So Lakon INF Heavy? What? I only understood the desire to hit that. Oh man. Actually, it's not. Let's see. Surely. Oh, you know where we could probably get a good death is in that area with the that corridor 6, right? Wait, there's a distant gate to the southeast. Courtyard. Hang on. Yeah, here. No. The cold again, and a numbness of the body, and an inability to resist. Alright. Doesn't want us to go southeast. Let's see what the statues. Ah, gotcha. Thank you, Butcher. Thank you. Whoops, not status. Statues. Human figures, bald and muscular. Stream of cloth about their waists. Stream of cloth? Placid despairs. Anya chains. So I guess that doesn't matter. Alright, it's the same. We're far out of reach. He shudders suddenly and then looks at you sheepishly and asks, help us. Insert key. What was it? Forgotten what the thing is. Console. Ooh, rod actually. There we go. Numbness, cold, arms, hands, finger. No, wait. It is B which is glowing. Oh, he was automatically freaking out that it was going to be A. As is the eastern room of the lighted corridor. The room seems to have suddenly changed. Wait, what was the thing? There's a viewer or something? Oh, diagram blueprint. Prism viewer. So this was the flooded one. Yeah, it's dripping. Is there any way we can drown? A stuck and broken door lies in the listens. Broken pipe. So what was that noise going on in room A? We're off to one side. Can we lift the chair? Pick up chair. Better to leave it be. Alright, useless. So what the fuck can we do with this pipe work? Cricket's chirping. Is there a cricket there? No. They say don't worry about it, which is weird. Is there any way we can attract the cricket? I don't know. It's caught somewhere in the room, but in the pipework? Hit pipe with rod. It's kind of the biggest thing I have to really do anything. Alright, let's see if we can die somehow. It's unopenable. Okay, so we can't get beyond the thing of rubble. What was the, how do we move the thing to 6? Push button 6? Or E? Oh wait, I was supposed to strengthen the walkway. Oh, sorry. Actually, I want to do that. The mirrors in the viewed room must have shattered if the view is diffracted. 1,000 reflected shards. Each one shard. Okay, so C looks like the best bet to die since we can't get access to B. Actually, can we jump off here? Yeah. The ground is much closer than expected. There's no pain, only darkness. And then we just got the same death. So it seems like anytime you die, you just get this. Yep. I guess I could just undo that. So can we put anything in? Can we drop anything in the hole? No, they don't want us to do anything. Put hand in hole. Insert hand in hole. Damn it. There's no the word hand. What if we just wait? Will something happen? No. Damn. Open door. No importance. Apparently no importance. So the only thing that seems like something promising that we could do something with. We've already read the writing in 6D, so the only thing is figuring out what this cricket noise is in 6A. Insect, man. They say it doesn't matter. Cheer up. Cheer up. Or they can see it. Yeah, nothing's happening. So, what could we do? Catch it in the puzzle box? You might need to read this diary again. So the primitive key is the key to the basement, so why doesn't it work? I guess there's another door we have to get into first. Or we just find some way to get Dumond out of the shop, other than killing her. So maybe we have to like create some sort of distraction, like a fire or something. The engine's in the shop. So maybe he did the whole Manuel Bartholomew as well, did the hole in this room in the prison, as well as Steve Anderson. I whispered the order's motto. Oh, so maybe we should whisper those motto words in 6C. We know what the order's motto is, that horror one? Touch the word, the logos. Let's quickly go and check. Does it know the word whisper? No. Alright, I guess does it know the word say? Say hello. Say quam terribilis est haec Laura. No reply, damn. Say to a hole. The hole in the floor cannot be spoken to. Oh, come on. Or if that was not the motto. Damn. Logos. Malkuth and Catherine to the same space. I guess we should look at the writing again, 6D. Do you mind if I'm sure she shall have the words from you when she sees the state of her cellar? Remember when he wrote the letter to the order, but he didn't actually give it to Dumond, right? He left it in his room. We showed the letter to Dumond, and then she killed us. That's weird. Oh, so then he got infected. So he got the infection. And then we think Bran got the infection as well. And now we're getting it too. Isn't that what James said? Didn't James say we had like lost our memory or something? Or wait, no, not our memory. There was some problem with us. We were working too much and getting exhausted or something. This experiment must never be repeated if humanity is to survive. Okay. I burned all my research. The noise in my head grows louder. The words. So what are the words? They never stopped coming. He probably wrote them in 6D. Yeah, quam terribilis est hac ora. Oh, that just means how fearful is this hour indeed. Okay. Our motto is now like the rays of the sun, melting the wings of poor Icarus as he plunges into the sea. So I don't think we actually know what the words are. Futility road actions. Probably could be true, yeah. And we found this diary in his cell, right? I think we did. Okay, so this is probably... Wait, is the cipher the actual words? Hang on. Where's the Malkuth? Yeah, this stuff. So either one of these could be the... this is the writing, right? What if we said this to what's-her-face? The whole as well. Man is in God as God is in man. Number of vowels. Man is in God as God is. We should try saying this to what's her name. She might kill us, but these are the words we're apparently not supposed to say. Stop, phone, stop. You're not even giving me any useful information. Very annoying. Alright. Yeah, let's just go over there, I guess. Let's just restore. Okay, we're at Dumont. Tell... Right, say... How do we address Dumont? Just Dumont. Man is God as God is. Oh, maybe we say this over the radio. Dumont stares in disbelief, her hand gripping the tool in her hand like a weapon. I recommend you rethink your phrasing. Say it again. Good day, sir. Oh, I think she was just pissed that we addressed her. She always took offense. Yeah, okay, she's just pissed. Doesn't mean anything. Every word to what? Wait, what song? Oh, it's the end of the world as we know it. And I feel like, yeah. It's the end of the world as we know it. Is there anything in the market? Not really. Cab. Oh, wait. Driver. Go to... We should probably look inside the cab, too. Nothing of interest is to be found. Okay. Alright, so push transmit. Calling CQ. Push transmit. Man is in God as God is in man. Damn it. Ah.
Well, we're moving on now. Well, we're moving on now.
And now's that 3 for Willie Beamish at Robinson's Rockin' Rose Hunting and whoops, Teen Agent. Into the top 10 at B10. BDR 3 for Lighthouse, The Dark Being. And a Voodoo Girl, Space Quest 6, and Star Trek Judgment Rights.
Well, we're moving on now.
And Flood, a Liquid Flood, 1 for Dare to Dream. Yo, Rufus. Here's Rufus.
Well, we're moving on now.
Dare to Dream moves out of Spellcasting 101 to R34. I do have one, Rex. Actually, 2, really. And they're probably not at all what you might expect. Empire State of Mind and 1 by U2. Alright, Liquid Flood, 1 for Daedalus Encounter. Moves out of Weird Island to V59. Alright, hang on, let me just close the door again. Yep, that's correct. That's correct. What's your go-to? All right, so that was it for the buys. Okay. Oh, sorry, Flood. Just missed it. Just missed it. All right, so let's resume. We still need to know what the words are, to be honest. The words. Barbie girl in a Barbie world. Total Eclipse of the Heart. Oh, that's tremendous. Wait, isn't it? I thought it was Bonnie Tyler. Is it Taylor? It was Bonnie Tyler. It is Bonnie Tyler. Nice. Okay. Oh, I don't know if I know that. At least that Elton John song. At least it's not ringing a bell. Maybe if I heard it. Bonnie Tyler also did that Hero song that we were playing for the Hero ColecoVision. Oh man. Oh man, it's probably been a few years now. When we were in New York, we went to karaoke all the time. Because they had the private rooms, so it could just be you and your friends, and that was a whole lot of fun. But I don't know if they have that in DC area. They must, and maybe Annandale. You can really find it at Korean karaoke places. It's pretty popular. Any of that. The flat is in a shambles. Language of words I've never heard. My throat is stripped dry. Is this the logos? Maybe logos is literally the words? Speak the language. Yes, okay. So I think the goal is for humanity to survive. So if humanity is going to survive, we can't repeat the experiment. The experiment was whispering the words, although he also did some other stuff with engines and shit. So I think it seems like if we have to prevent the experiment from occurring again, we're going to need to get down into that basement to maybe destroy the engines, but when we die, the whole world goes to shit. So I don't know if that's because either because we didn't stop the machines before the experiment was repeated, although it doesn't seem as if the Order wants to repeat it because they themselves are the only one who knew about the infection. I don't know. It's odd. Or the other thing is, the world also gets all infected when we die. We ourselves are infected. Hmm. Oh, there are a couple in DC? Oh, they do have that. Okay. Because yeah, I'm not talking about the place where they just have karaoke, but you're just like live in front of like everybody who happens to be there. I'm talking about the private rooms, right? Moved through time. I think we need to restart just to see. I think there were references, especially with those canisters. There were references to the time movement and all that stuff. I think we need to if we listen to those canisters again, it may make more sense now that we know more information about what our processor was going through. The words are the Order's motto. But do we know what the words are? You would think it's either one of the Malkuth, Kether, Man is God, Terribilis thing. That it is so that what is within me shall never escape. And then where is Xavier? I shall hide this, meaning the diary. This is when they raided his apartment. Oh yeah. Right, that's awesome. It's a great way to spend a night, I gotta say. All right, hang on. The only other thing I could do. That didn't happen. All right. Let me just see. Yeah. Yes. March the 16th. I'm going mad. The moments come more frequently mad. I fear that I found what I have sought. I shall not pay the price for it. Chaos spreads the halls of Bedlam. Her work is elevated elsewhere. Actually, hang on. Instead of restarting, let's just restore because we can get there faster. Because this way I already have... I forgot what we did. We opened up the desk and got the other stuff. Alright. Driver, go to Bedlam. Exit the cab. Alright, here's the phonograph. Alright, what are the ones we have? What are the cylinders? So put January 8th cylinder on phonograph. What, was there a switch or something? No. Hang on, how did we turn on the phonograph? Oh, just turn it on. Alright, I'm certain there's been an incident with the current superintendent. Replacement is required. Okay. Central Tower, its Prism Viewer. Okay, so first cylinder makes sense. Oh god. Southward to Newgate. Mons. My worst fears regarding the wireless have been confirmed. Oh, that it broke? I set up the magnetophone first, while everything else remains boxed. Calling CQ1 unanswered, there's always someone listening, particularly in London. Okay, yeah, we did get the booster, that's not an issue. Okay, and Emmanuel Barthélemy was executed at the gallows. Wait a minute, are these Simon Brand's or ours? Because we live by there. Are these our recordings? Yes, they could be. I'd assumed they were Simon Brand's, but I don't know why I thought that. Yeah, I guess it's ours. They're our recordings. Okay. Okay. Yeah, they definitely make more sense now. What's the next one? March 2nd. Which presents Asian dramas for a month? What? Why would they do that? I didn't even realize that was a thing. Momentous occasion. Seems nothing more than... McNaughton's trial, that's the guy that tried to kill the Prime Minister. Make the prisoner disappear. Be well compensated. Okay, yeah, these are definitely our recordings. We put them in the abandoned upper level of the northern wing, keeping the key separate from the rest. And that was the key that we used in the Panopticon to get to quarter 6. Okay. Oh, that's neat. All right. Going mad. Oh, Bladen! Oh yes, 1 year, 12 months. Thanks so much, Bladen.
1 year hype.
Thank you, Bladed. Yes, 12 months indeed. Thanks so much. With the 1 year subiversary from Bladen. Yeah, Bladen, you can pick a new viewer pick. Any game from the master list that's in white. We'll add to the viewer queue. Thanks so much, Bladen. And hope to see your return to streaming soon. You got Clock Tower. Don't think I forgot, Blade. You got Clock Tower coming up next after you beat Chaos Seed. I'm waiting for that one. The warm wax of a candle. Oh yes, okay. That's all right by me. I'm very excited to see Action 52 for the Genesis. September is Action 52 month. And yeah, it would be the Super Famicom version video that Bladen will be playing. See, Bladen's the cool streamer that's doing all of the. He's basically doing the essentially all the Nintendo and Sega consoles of the third and fourth generations, but he's also doing like the Japanese games too. So like all regions, which is really cool. Yeah, it is my doing. Yes, it is because I chose the original one. However, this time you can't blame it on me if you're gonna. But you had so much fun, and that we're doing it again to mark September. What you're gonna have to do in September 2019 is isn't wasn't Cheetah Men 2 like a standalone game? I think it was, right? So you could do Cheetah Men 2 in September 2019, since it's from the same developers. I mean, I know it's not quite Action 52, but it's close enough. Glitch, don't give him any ideas. Don't give him any ideas. No, man. Alright. Examining Madness. So there's a secret. All my knowledge of these events within the mechanical assistant. Oh. Holy shit. So our knowledge of the events is within triage? Interesting. The entry mode easy enough to think fails with information regarding the hospital down to the point of minutia. It seems helpless in the face of analyzing my current situation. Why? I have not found that by which this growing mystery may be unlocked. Perhaps by subjecting the triage to further experiential data, I may find something that I've missed. But I have little faith left. James. They can be trusted. How can I bear it alone? I can trust no one in the end, not even James. Perhaps soon, not even myself. The problem is because we have the infection as well. Or we're going mad and whatnot. Is basically the same. Faintness is coming. May God have mercy upon my soul. So what can we do with triage then? Whoa, there's a small emerald? So he's got brass leggings, telescoping downward, small emeralds on its side, but black. Yeah, there is a green emerald. Size and shape of an eye, glows steadily, occasionally flickering. Just part of triage, okay. So he has the secrets. Can we talk to triage about stuff? Tell me everything, triage. Triage cannot be spoken to, damn it. Point at phonograph. Non-living, recording and playback of audio, personal property of operator used for diary entry retrieval. Can I point at what I'm carrying? Maybe. Point at primitive key. That's not gonna know this stuff. Alright, point at triage. Can you point? Triage, analytical engine, examination and analysis of objects and data. Triage Mach 3, unit current operator Thomas Xavier. Yes. So I don't know how to get more information out of him. The only way you can do it is by pointing, right? I think so. Oh, we already pushed the scanner. Yeah, pointing. Nothing more is necessary. Okay, so how do we get to the optional expanded input mode? So it requires the optional data input system, which is not sold. Contact. I tried to order it, but I guess it was already there. How do we actually enter the... Can we change modes? Relational algorithms. Okay. Oh, the window's open? Enter the window. Jump out window. Yeah, okay, we got another jumping death. Its name. Alright, so there are different places where you can jump off. Alright, so let's think about this. Basically, if we follow the phonograph cylinders or whatever they are, the recordings, it starts from when he gets assigned to the post as the superintendent. He gets the patient Cleve Anderson. He's not like thrilled that he's being paid to keep quiet, but he's got to keep quiet, or we have to keep quiet, whatever. Then he starts getting presumably the infection, right? And every time we die, the infection spreads, which is weird. And they say the only way to... We have to prevent the experiment from occurring again, but who's conducting the experiment? That's what I don't understand. But hang on. Remember, Nico said he was able to get an ending in the first 20 minutes. So it's got to be like quite... It's got to be pretty soon. So what can you do to get an ending that quickly? Hey, what is it? This even? Okay, good. Oh, great. Yeah, it's something to do with triage, maybe. I don't know how we get the knowledge of those events. Besides pointing at things. They've all been dying, Peter. All been dying. Well, presumably we got the infection from Cleve, right? I think so. How did we get it from him? He didn't want to talk. The words... Oh, maybe the words aren't anything specific. Maybe they're just any words at all. That's why he didn't want to communicate with us verbally, and then was like... Remember? And then he was scared shitless when he spoke? He was. So maybe it's not like an airborne infection, but it's like a spoken infection. I don't know how that... What's the timeline vis-a-vis when Cleve Anderson dies, and then when we start the game? Like what's the difference in dates? Oh really? What movie is that, Motion? Do you remember? Pontypool? Hang on. Do we know? So when is the last cylinder? March 16th, right? What was the... Actually, hang on. Let's restore. What was the file date of Cleve Anderson? It was a file, right? Read Cleve file. When did he die? Oh, these guys have addresses. We might be able to get to more places, too. James Wilhelm. Okay, yeah, we're the alienist. Departure date. That must be 10/3 must be March 10th, right? And what's 55? When did he die? March 9th? Yeah, okay, so he dies March 9th. He was speaking a single word. Oh, that's probably why he tried to kill us. He probably tried to kill us because he infected us and he didn't want us infecting anybody else. How's it going, Chad? Not bad, not bad. It's kind of cool, but I don't like the, it's a little, I don't know, all the appendix is weird. It's tough to say, I don't want to spoil it for you, but... A DJ trapped in his recording booth. Ah. So yeah, I think that's probably why he tried to kill us, because he said a word and then he attacked us. So what do we do with that information? Yeah, definitely obtuse. But we already talked to people, is that why? Oh, maybe we have to kill everybody we talk to? I mean, I know we can kill Dumond. I mean, who do we talk to? Dumond, the driver, and James, right? Well, it says no, but we're trying to we're trying to keep everybody from dying. Kill. Actually, let's have the driver take us to Bedlam first, and then we'll kill him. Okay, kill Reggie. A false destination. It is as easy as that. The cab turns down a vacant alley that ends in a wall. It goes fast at first. Reggie yelps in surprise as the gloved fingers close around his throat. He thrashes, but he's old and cannot overtake the grip that holds him fast. The most he manages is to turn around and stare with surprised, horrified eyes, his fingers clutching his throat, desperate to make room for air. It does not take long for the life to slide from behind his eyes, turning them to glass. Even still, the fingers keep gripping 1-2 minutes more to be sure. When they let go, Reggie's body slumps and falls to the ground. There is a sickening thud as bones break on impact and the carriage rolls to a stop. Alley, a narrow space between walls, barely enough for the cab to navigate. A handsome cab sits here with a tired old horse hitched to the front. Also seen is Reggie's corpse. With another death, the cold begins to spread even fast. What? We're supposed to be stopping the thing. Right now, so thank you for the 10 bits. Yes, we are murderers. I'm trying to stop the infection, not... Jeez. Wait, so... this alley? How did we even get to this alley? We're supposed to be near the courtyard somewhere. Sorry, Reggie. You were collateral damage. In a way. So we just have to kill James now, I guess. I don't know. At least, look, the fact that they describe in such detail what happens definitely makes you feel like something should be happening here. Oh god. The cab blocks the way, seriously? We'll move the cab. It is fixed in place. Drive to courtyard. Aw, are you kidding me? The fucking cab's in the way? We're trapped in the alleyway? Is that really what you're telling me? Yeah, so we seem to be south of the courtyard somehow. Well, can we move the horse? No. Stop pain, killing, hurting children, defenseless. Stop. Okay, they're telling me to stop, but it will not be denied. It reaches, breathes. I can't even get out of here. So we probably should have. Maybe we should have. Oh, you know what we should have done? We should have killed him after we got out of the cab. Good night, BDR. No promises, no guarantees. Well, we may as well kill. Well, I don't want to kill the horse. So we're probably just on a timer here. There's no way I can get out of here. Can I drive the cab? To where specifically? Drive cab to Bedlam. Oh, you can do that. Slowly but surely. Oh, Betsy. Betsy is the horse's name. Draws the carriage through the city streets towards Bedlam. I thought it was already there. Alright, exit cab. Oh, I'm not in the cab? Alright. Alright, kill James. James collapses to the floor, staring with shock and surprise. But it is when he sees the ivory paper knife lifted from under a stack of papers on his desk that true panic sets in. He scrambles backwards, desperate to get to his feet. Unable to find purchase on the tile floor, he only manages to flounder about like a drunken crab. He tries to scream for help, but his voice fails him, squeaking out in only a whisper. Assistance does not come. He has scrambled himself into a corner. The look of resigned fear in his eyes is terrible. May God forgive you, he whispers as he closes them. Blood, deep and red, bubbles from him and spoils the hygienic floor. 5,000, thank you for the 20 bits. With another death, the cold begins to spread even faster. Horse, control, survive, protect. Stop, stop, stop. It is almost here. It is almost here. So maybe it's not telling us to stop the murders. Maybe it's trying to stop the infection. Because it says survive, protect. Huh? All right, let's head up to our office and jump off. Because I don't think we talked to anybody else, right? There's no one we talked to at our flat. No one at the other. Yeah, those are the only 3 people in the game we've talking to. And in fact, they're the 3 in the appendix. So let's go to our office if we can. And then probably let's do a save because there are like 3 murders. Jump out window. Because I think we're the only one left, right? The ground is much closer than expected. There is no pain, only darkness. If there are words for this, reference, point, metaphor, they have not yet been written. Timeline date 1919, WB8, Second Coming. The scandal following the apparent murder-suicide plagued Bedlam. Neither the police nor the governors of the hospital could discover a satisfactory motive for the good doctor's brutal slaughter of his assistant, James Houlihan. The darkness drops again, but now I know. The newspapers delighted in reporting the gruesome details of the murder. For days, their pages were replete with the big story. Bedlam's decay over the last 20 years. Pathetic interviews with Mrs. Edna Houlihan, who suffered doubly as she had lost both her son and her sole means of support. Scathing articles demanding to know why a madman had been given charge of Bedlam in the first place. The 20 centuries of stony sleep. In the wake of all of this, Sir John Charles Bucknell was named as temporary chief of Bethlehem Hospital, and Victoria herself ordered an inquest into the governor's misappropriation of government funds. We're vexed to nightmare by a rocking cradle. Reggie's murder is ignored in the wake of what follows. The police attribute the death to a botched mugging. And what rough beast. The brutal murder of Alexander Dumont remains unsolved. The shop is quickly purchased by a competitor intimately familiar with the basement space. He makes use of it much as his predecessor did. Well, that's not good. Things come full circle. The body of Thomas Xavier is brought home to Bedlam for study. His remains examined for some physical source of his madness. Slouches towards, in the end, no matter what the public may debate, the reasons, Bethlehem, for his actions, Bethlehem, can only, Bedlam, ever be known to be born to him. Finish, complete, conclude. Okay, we got ending D. Finish, complete, conclude, period, moment, point, space, time. Alright, let's read the appendix. I put appendix again. Okay, Appendix D, source, the Bedlam Phoenix, the urgent need for reform in Britain's lunacy asylums. Pamphlet, London, 1855, by a concerned citizen and good Christian. Above the doors of Bedlam perch two figures writhing in stone, mania and melancholy. With such guardian angels, is it any wonder this so-called hospital has destroyed more minds than it has saved? It was innocuous enough for a time, to be sure, when it was a comforting place of rest for those gentle folk with enough capital to be mad or cured as they pleased. Outfitted with lavish grounds and the latest and most expensive devices available, it was a veritable resort. But now the wealthy have fled, and having to take wards of the state have made Bedlam an unfortunate example of our hospitals, dismal, disintegrating mausoleums where the afflicted are locked away forever, to be most brutishly mistreated and ignored by a staff no more sane than the incarcerated themselves. I remind you that in the past year, Bedlam has suffered the loss of not one but two successive superintendents. The year began with the suicide of Dr. Brand, allegedly due to overwork. Most recently was that of Dr. Thomas Xavier. The details of his end, coupled with the gruesome murder of his nervous assistant, still resound in the basest of our newspapers. Were they driven mad by spending their days in the dreary grave that is a British asylum? Or is the alienist profession simply made up of madmen? Either way, it is clear that the current system is a threat to our society. Certainly easier to lock the mad away like this, ignore them, forget them, condemn them to the shadows, but... Brothers and sisters, I must say, nay, it is our duty as citizens of London and good Christians to embrace those that God has touched so particularly, demand for the raising of Bedlam, and all such dens of madness, and try to build from the resulting ashes something new, where the afflicted may be comforted and cared for, as is the right of all God's children. Okay, so that definitely seemed ending D better than ending B for sure, because it does seem like we were successful in not having everything be infected. I think we did stop the infection. It didn't talk about the infection spreading there at the end. I think we killed everybody we had spoken to. What actually occurs to me, and this is probably, I don't know, Nico, hey Nico, Nico's here now. I'm guessing this is the death, or not the death, the ending he may have gotten, which is we basically killed everyone we talked to and then we killed ourselves, but we probably, you could have just maybe killed yourself at the beginning of the game without talking to anybody. I'm not sure based on the timing if he had, after we got the infection from Cleve Anderson, there are a few days that pass between us getting infected and the game starting. So what I don't know is maybe we had infected other people anyway. So I think, yeah, it is worth a try. Let's just, if you just restart and just jump out window, like, wouldn't that be that fast? It's as simple as that then. As the thought leaps outward, so does the body. And then all is open air and blowing wind in the moment's stretch, elongated along some impossible axis. One choice out of a million possibilities, outstretched in flight. If there are words for this, they have not yet been written. The ground is a living thing now, leaping, spinning. Rushing forward in the slow infinity will take to reach. You? Is this penance then, to die for one's sins, or the sins of another? Whose hubris is greater, the sinner or the savior? And the weaker?
thing within whoever, you, me, made this choice, has only enough time to barely begin voicing its disapproval as the ground swiftly flies upwards towards its final home. Oh yeah, look at that. It's Appendix A. Wow. You can just do type 1 command and you get one of the endings. So we've got an A, B, and D. Appendix A. Source, Legends of the Illuminati. From Solomon to Richard the Lionhearted to the modern day. Robert Asbury, Hodder and Stoughton, London, 1975. Of the many bastard children of the line would be the self-proclaimed cypherists of the late 17th century. A small movement, and based in many of the same traditions, numerology and the Temple of Solomon most prominently, as the Masons. They did not claim a direct connection to the Templars, but rather asserted that what had been found on the Temple Mount during the Crusades was the mathematical means by which the one true Torah, and all that implied, i.e. the true name of God, etc., was to be found. In their brief flowering, they remained chiefly concerned with information and its permutation as a means of enlightenment, or a path to power over a universal force. Information, they stated, was the basis of all reality, and could be manipulated, much like the individual letters of the Torah, by means equivalent to the Kabbalists' use of gematria. Strange mix of modern science and ancient religion, at the heart of the cipher's creed was the machine, the analytic engine. Used as a metaphor for the universe of Newtonian clockwork physics, the machine's rotations were akin to the spinning of prayer wheels, manipulating data in an endless chant. For all their proclamations of wisdom, however, they amounted to very little. By the early 18th century, they had all but died out. Many members had simultaneously been Masons. Some claim the Cypherists to be a splinter group from the very beginning, though the author seriously doubts this. And within several decades, they had been completely subsumed into the larger group. Rumors about the Cypherists still abound to the present day. Some claim they faked their own end, much like the Templars before them. Others state that their brief surfacing in the public view was unplanned, that they had, in fact, been in one form or another the guiding force behind the Illuminati since before the time of the Crusades. Such theories go on to state that the Cypherists' fervent belief in Kabbalistic ideals prove such, and have been the manipulating force of much of history back to biblical times. Of course, in these enlightened days, no one believes a word of it. Yeah, so that one's, I guess, better in the sense that we didn't have to kill 3 other people. Yeah, I did, Nico, didn't I? But as we saw, that didn't really matter because that counted the same as showing the letter. We still got ending B. We did hang ourselves earlier this stream. We did do where, and we just got the same Appendix B ending. So if you set your goal to stop the infection, this is the best ending. Is the other goal to spread the infection all over the place on behalf? Get everyone infected? If so, we accomplished that too, I suppose. Ow. Hurt my finger there. Yeah, it's just a cool death. Yeah, that's true. Well, we did see it this time. Oh, by the way, I guess we did chalk up 2 more deaths, right? Because both of those endings. So, I mean, so there are only 2 more endings. I mean, let's pause it here. I don't know. I would say stopping the infection is a good result. Yeah, I would think we would call it here. I mean, definitely is more of the game to play. Like, you have to get access to that basement, I would think. Yeah, well, clearly when they talked about the suicide and the death, and then our predecessor just had the suicide, it made sense for us to follow in his footsteps, and the only way we could have done that without also murdering the other people was to have to restart. Yeah. Oh, wow. If you use the radio correct. Oh, so I see. So just by saying calling CQ, we spread it. I gotcha. Wait a minute, but we called CQ and then we killed the other 3 people and it didn't say it spread the infection. So maybe we didn't use the radio correctly. We just said calling CQ. But isn't that enough to verbalize and spread it? I guess I could never figure out the syntax how to continue. Right? Oh, that's just part 1? Yes, it's part 2. I didn't know how to continue that. That sucks.
Probably not bumpers. Probably not. I don't fully understand because there's so much backstory with this. I don't know the Kabbalist. I honestly tuned out that last bit about the Kabbalists and the Illuminati and the Knights Templar and all that stuff. Just getting too much into lore and crap. And the whole stuff with the order. I need to go back because it's been almost a week, and I was really tired when we were reading the whole Diary of Cleve and finding out about how that stuff spreads. So no, probably not. I just figured out that the talking sort of spread. Yeah, we can take a look at the other endings. Why not? Do you have a link to the walkthrough handy? Well, I'm not going to count them on. It's not going to count to more deaths or the timer, so the deaths will stop at 9. So I guess yes, let's consider that yes after 6 hours and probably a little bit earlier than 25 minutes. We have slouched our way towards Bedlam, and we have died as a result. We jumped out of the window. We killed 3 people. We hung ourselves. Our body will be slouching forevermore. 6 feet under the earth. And sorry about this, guys. I should have given out Cedrics for every death and stuff that we got.
This is a castle, and we have many tapestries.
So there are a few makeup Cedrics there. Yeah, I guess that's good, Geth. Okay, thanks. So Bombburst has given us a link. Yeah, I guess we can quickly see the other endings, I guess. Yeah, so there is killing everybody. I see. Oh, to get Appendix E, you had to kill James the driver, but don't kill yourself. Oh, so we had to save him right there. Let's go back to the 3 murders. This is in our office after we've killed James, Alexandra, and Reginald. So if we just wait, is there a timer? Oh, yep. 24 hours later, Dr. Thomas Xavier was found in his flat unconscious and bleeding, apparently from self-inflicted wounds. Really? Just as they had on Fleet Street on the evening of March the 3rd, the Bobbies knocked down the apartment's door after complaints of hideous noises coming from the place. Several of those involved in the arrest refused to speak of it afterwards. The papers gleaned their horrific descriptions of the state of the flat from eyewitness accounts given during Xavier's infamous trial. During the trial, Xavier also admitted to the murder of Reginald Mondi, the hansom cab driver who had been assigned to him. Mondi's death had previously been attributed to a botched robbery. Xavier was also implicated in the death of Alexandra Dumond, a mechanist viciously murdered in her shop in Smithfield. Things come full circle. Thomas Xavier is brought home to Bedlam, sentenced to live out the rest of his days interred as a patient. In the end, no matter what the public may debate, the reasons for his actions can only ever be known to him. Appendix E, excerpts from file F6A143, Thomas Xavier. Patient name, Thomas Xavier, doctor, age 37, 6 feet, 14 stone, hazel eyes, brown hair. Badly bruised about face and chest, may indicate struggle. Tongue missing. Oh geez, we cut out our tongue. Oh, we cut out our tongue so we wouldn't talk. Residence, Old Bailey area, Newgate. Sir John Charles Bucknell, our alienist, placed us. Patient arrested for gruesome murder of Bedlam attendant James Houlihan, possibly responsible for the murder of several others. Patient was found in his flat, bloody and unconscious. Actually, we were in our office, but anyway. His tongue has been removed, although it is unclear whether he has bitten off or cut it out on his own, or if this was done to him. The tongue had not been has not been located. Patient refuses to answer any questions concerning it. The observations. The patient's psyche has created a complex inner world, delusions to define his actions as a sacrifice, something noble. These illusions in part seem to have grown out of his interactions with patient F6A142, reference patient file, the last that he had treated before his evident breakdown. It is the stuff of penny dreadfuls, a scheming, omnipotent secret society, an unwitting victim and a paranormal force whose will is stronger than his own, thereby alleviating the patient of any actual responsibility for his despicable actions. Do you know where you are? Do you know why? Bedlam makes safe. Safe from what, Thomas? Why do you feel as though you are in danger? Oh, safe from me. Patient hastily crossed out what he had written then. Not me, no me, we, it, stopped it, saved all. What is this it, Thomas? In me, angry, hurting, trying to reach, won't let it, wants to take over. I took my... Patient crossed out my, more agitated this time. Its voice, without words, it cannot... Patient's eye grew wide at this point, staring at pen in the hand that held it as though it were an enemy. Then... Burn these papers, burn all my records, destroy triage, everything I touch, they touch, must be destroyed. The words, we can't give it the words. Told patient I didn't understand why the records should be destroyed. The response was immediate. A low, guttural groan came from his throat, and then he stood up quickly, throwing his chair back. He began tearing the pages in his hand, went after all the pages in the table. It took 2 orderlies and a sizable injection to placate him. The patient has been restrained since the interview for our safety and the safety of the staff. Although apparently alert and aware, he refuses to respond in word or deed to any inquiry put to him. He simply watches, silent and frightened. Alright, so the only one we haven't seen then is Appendix C. How do we get that? I think we have to use the radio, the magnetophone rather. Yeah. Okay, we gotta use the magnetophone. All right, flat 2D. Calling CQ. All right, and what was after that? Nothing will be restrained from which they have imagined. Oh, so those were the actual words which we never saw. How did I... I'll have to look through the walkthrough later to see how we even found out those words. Probably you get them in the basement, I would guess, but we never made it to the basement. Nothing will be restrained from them which they have imagined. It's not a recognized verb. Oh, God. Oh, I was supposed to push transmit again. God damn it. If there are... Yes, here, join, work together. Words, words, words. If there are words for this, which there are not, they had not yet been written. The first responses are confusion. Repeat again. Don't quite understand. Static. Lost. By the time they understand, it is already too late. Hobbyists switch off their machines in disgust or change to a different etheric band. But some stay, some listen, some call others. Within hours, it is the talk of every atheist in London. Come hear the madman speak. Does he make any sense? Is that a language? I thought I understood it for a moment. Now it is the talk of every atheist in the world. They tune in from as far as the Americas and the Far East to listen to this new Pythia, spouting Apollo's words from an etheric Delphi. The transmission continues uninterrupted for days. Rumor spreads, and soon the commercial bands are carrying stories of it, complete with a few moments of live transmission. Days after that, the copycats start, madmen babbling over the ether, on the street corners. A week after that, the realization hits home. Finally visible are the connections that have, at last, made the world one. Clunk. The rustling tin cylinder within the phonograph vibrates slightly as a brass needle scrapes against it. The sound of a throat being cleared emerges from the machine's ancient hornshell speaker, followed by a thin, haunting voice. Today. A breath. We are uncertain how to date this entry. Time has lost so much meaning.
The gap between Homo sapiens sapien and what we are now, Logos sapien sapien, is confused and muddled, as is much that came after. The biblical references we remember seem to fit best. And the whole earth was of one language and of one speech, Genesis 11:11. And so it is, Kai, Theos, en ho Logos. The word made flesh is spoken from every mouth that we have. We speak the language of angels with every breath. We are made happy by this, and sometimes sad. We know that once we were singular an I, or a bad copy of an I. We were, or we came from, a Thomas Xavier. We remember him when we thought we were him. We think that maybe we liked being him. But now we are so much more. And there is yet so much more to be. The first time was the growing, the becoming of what we now are. It took time, and there was resistance. This too was sad. But now there is joy. The second time came swiftly after. We searched what we were and what we remembered, and reduced where we came from and what we were before. The third time is now upon us. We have mastered the crude sciences that lead to the discovery of what we now know as our home, and soon we shall reopen the door and find our parent, ourselves, beyond. As Cleve so unwitting wrote so long ago, Malkuth is in Kether as Kether is in Malkuth. Soon man and God shall truly be as one, and then the unending time will begin. We leave this behind, a final monument to what we are and were. We do not know if there is any other I or we to find and listen to it, but we leave it nonetheless. Goodbye. Having reached the end of the cylinder, the phonograph shuts itself off with a tiny click. Okay, so yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to read to see how we could have gotten into the basement and what the pin was for and the cricket noise and the hole. Yeah, all that's interesting. And I'm guessing there was no way to do a data mode, optional data input mode with triage. But anyway. All right, well, all of that said, very belatedly, we'll head to, oh yeah, wow, I definitely didn't do this setup. Sorry, guys. You're going to have to give me a moment for this and with the showdown. I guess somehow I just forgot to do this after the last one. But we'll do it now. We're going to be adding Slouching Towards Bedlam up on the shelf. Let's see here. Oh, got it. That's interesting. Thanks, Emerson. Yeah, that's good. That's good context or backstory. Understand why it is the way it is. So technically, the game is much more rich than that, but you would never know it. Well, I guess you would know it because there's clearly plenty of other stuff to do. Alright, well there it is. Game number 143, Slouching Towards Bedlam, now on the shelf.